then I found that actually I inherited money, Richard,
Oh, really?
back in the early 70s from land settlements that they were supposed to pay when they moved the Iowa tribe out of Iowa and moved them into Missouri and then into Kansas and Nebraska. Actually, my reservation is on the borderline of Kansas and Nebraska, so it goes a little bit in Nebraska and a little bit in Kansas along the Missouri River. And so it's called the Iowa Tribe of Kansas and Nebraska. I found out that Chief White Cloud married the daughter of Joseph Rubidoux. And so then their children, James and Frank, became chiefs. So that's where I found tied my genealogy into the Iowa tribe and the Rubidoux family.
So what percentage would you be then?
I am quarter.
Oh, you're a quarter?
Quarter.
That's quite a bit.
Enrolled quarter blood.
Quarter blood?
But you can be enrolled because now, in this century, they realize that there aren't that many more full-blood Indians because they've melded into the melting pot of America. See? And I think now if you can prove enrollment from your grandmother or your grandfather into a particular tribe, then they will consider enrolling you into that tribe.
I heard the DNA is quite advanced too, because all you need is that one marker to prove the heritage.
Right.
Did you run into DNA? Were you working with that?
No, no, I didn't. I was just working off of records and information. Plus, I got my father's sister died in the year 2001. She had my grandmother's 1901 wedding trunk that I knew had documents and photos. So I went to Omaha and with my twin brother, and we got that trunk with that, and I have photos from 1800s and photos from early 1900s.
Well, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's really great.
And then I also made a trip to California, where in Riverside, California, there's a mountain called Mount Rubidoux, and that was Joseph's brother Lewis founded Riverside, and there's Rubidoux, California, and Rubidoux Mountain. Then I made a trip to Scottsbluff, Nebraska, where all the covered wagons filed through Rubidoux Pass in 1849s and 50s, and you can still see the wagon ruts to this day.
Oh, wow.
And there's a museum there called Rubidoux Trading Post. And then I went to Delta, Colorado last year, and there was a trading post called Fort Uncompadre, which was Antoine Rubidoux's trading post, and it's now a museum.
So you must have a pretty good family get-together, just the Rubidouxs, if they do that annually.
They're having another reunion in St. Joe, Missouri this year, August 3, 4, and 5.
Wow.
And I hope somebody documents that for a documentation for the History Channel. I think it'd be very good.
It would be quite interesting. You know, we've been talking here about heritage and what you've done and everything here, but there must have been times when you started out that you just got this frustrated and said, the heck with it, I can't find no way to forget it. I'm not going to do it no more. It's just too hard. Did you ever get to that? I hear a lot of people want to do it and they just get frustrated and say they can't find that.
Not so much, Richard,
No?
and because I had trouble getting that first book I was going after, called In Memory of the Rubidoux Brothers. And it's a rare book, and the libraries don't let you borrow it outside the library anymore because it's a rare book. And I thought, well, I'll just get me a laptop and I'll go to the library and I'll copy the darn thing, you know.
Oh, right.
But then I remember I used to teach blind people when I worked for the Library of Congress that did recorded books for blind people.
Oh, really?
And I got in touch with them, and they sent me a enlarged copy
Oh, wow.
of the book. So remember I was telling you, things come to you. You start out by opening doors and searching and finding places. Then after a couple of years, you don't give that up, but then all that door opening that you did starts to come back to you. Like my cousin in Ann Arbor, Michigan, she's been here twice now to visit with me and go over photos and share things and stuff like that. That come to me. See?
It comes to you.
Yeah, it comes to you.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like once you get over a hump,
yeah, I see what your point is.
then more stuff comes. So what started out to be just a little family book with history and photos and things developed into something that I really feel I have something to share with people about. What I did was I took the 1800s and late 1800s and married them to today.
Right. Oh.
See,
Yeah, that's
I got photos of those of the land that they gave to the tribe as reservations, and of maps. I got documents dated 1857 where they transferred the land to the individuals of the tribes, you know, from the different treaties that they made. But so it kind of overwhelmed me with the stuff that came in. I started out with a little briefcase full of papers and documents and carried that around. Then it was 2 briefcases. Now I got a 2-drawer file cabinet full. Plus about 100 books.
I guess you got to get a computer, Larry, and put them all on a CD or a hard drive or something, huh?
Well, I did use my computer to write my book.
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you learned a lot about your family, and also it's connected you back to a lot of them, huh? Somewhat.
Well, I was talking to one gentleman, and I was explaining my genealogy, my history, and he asked me, how does that make you feel, you know? Well, it makes me feel proud.
Yeah, I'm sure it would make you feel proud.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, okay, it makes you feel proud, but I'm not trying to start no issue here, but in all your family and all your history and all the Rubidoos there, you didn't have no scoundrels in your family history? No scoundrels?
Well, actually, some of the things they did were called that. I met a gentleman named Clyde Rubidoo at the Rubidoo reunion, and he wrote a book about the Rubidoo side and his side of the family, and I bought his book. And then he wrote a book, The Scoundrels of the Rubidoo.
Oh, yeah.
And so he tried to categorize the Indians in that. But anyway, the time frame at that period, 1800s, the law was different. They killed people for stealing horses and different things like that. But the last chapter in my book is called Skeletons in the Closet. Yeah, and so I talk about some of the not so good things on the family side, but such is life, you know.
Right, such is life. I mean, didn't you say one of the Rubidoos was a governor of a state or
well, the
mayor or something?
Louis and Antoine had a trading post in Santa Fe and Taos, New Mexico. So I went to the governor's palace in Santa Fe to do some research. And the documents and books I've read, they were called an alcalde, which is like a mayor or a governor, and both of them had a term in the palace of the governors in Santa Fe, and also in California when they moved to California, and took part in the war that won California from Mexico.
You know, Larry, I think we've got about 2 or 3 minutes left here. I don't know if you're set up to sell this book, or if you want to give out a phone number or an address or anything, or you're just giving it general information right now. It's up to you.
Well, I can give out my email and my phone number,
Okay.
My phone number is area code 928-567-3361, and my email is doglakota@AOL. It's DAWGLAKOTA@AOL.com. And I've had a lot of people contact me. Like I said, I left my phone number at the Genealogical Society in St. Joe. That's how I got in contact with my cousin in Ann Arbor, Michigan. You know, again, the River reunion is this year in St. Joe at August 3, 4, and 5. I hope I'll be able to get to go to that, you know, and meet some more people doing genealogy. For the people that want to do genealogy, Richard, I'd like to say, don't give up. Start with that fine line of yourself and go out that family tree. I remember doing family trees in grade school when we were kids, you know, as part of art class and stuff. And if you have elders in your family, talk to them. Talk to them. And another thing to do is don't harbor what you're finding. Share it with other people, because what you share is going to come back to you over again.
Right. Now I'm thinking, I'm worried that if I go back too far, I might owe everybody from past debts or something. And I can't get out of it. That would be worse. Not a bounty blanket. No, just kidding. But anyway, thanks a lot for your time. I really appreciate it. It's really interesting, and we'll see how it progresses. I hope in the near future you find a publisher.
Well, all I can do is just keep trying, and I hope this helps people that do want to write genealogy to pursue it. And yeah, again, it's turned out to be 300 and some pages. Is more than I really thought it would be. So I had fun doing it, Richard. I never regret one iota for doing it, and it's given me great pleasure. Gray Eagle, my brother.